Well, are bickering politicians in Washington about to become home wreckers? To real estate expert Katrina Campins on what this stalemate means for a housing market already on the mend. But maybe, I guess, Katrina, not for long.
Well, the government shutdown is here. And one of the biggest questions is, how will this affect the housing market, if at all? Specifically, the mortgage market and prospective buyers being able to close on new loans. And the short answer is this. It will only minimally affect the housing market unless this shutdown lasts longer than expected. For instance, the government agencies that push these mortgages through are still up and running. They just have less staff, which means that the process will be delayed. Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae will not be affected because their operations are funded by the lenders themselves. The FHA office
Then the FHA, when you say delayed, how delayed? I mean, throughout the shutdown, or do these applications pile up like planes at LaGuardia? What?
Well, both. Through the shutdown. You know, the FHA office, for instance, is partially open, which means that they're providing services to the public, but the part of the agency that's actually insuring the loans, there's very few staff members there, which means that things will begin to pile up. So we'll begin to see delays during the shutdown and then, of course, after. Another component is also interest rates, but some people debate, a lot of economists are saying that this may actually favorably benefit homeowners. And the reason that they're saying that is because their interest rates right now, we're not seeing much of a change, but they're arguing that they may even go down in order to really get a lot of consumers off of the fence. You know, the biggest question here is really
that would fly in the face of what normally happens during a stress period with an extended shutdown or even the risk of something worse. Interest rates normally go up as the U.S. kind of loses or is perceived to lose its safe haven appeal. You don't think that will happen this time?
No, I think the biggest question here is consumer confidence. That's really what's affecting all of this. So administratively, yes, things will be delayed, but the bigger question is consumer confidence. And the reason that a lot of economists are debating that maybe interest rates will actually go down is to be able to encourage these consumers that are concerned to actually go ahead and spend money. So that's an interesting argument that I actually agree with.
All right, so just the thought of all this craziness in Washington makes people who are looking to buy a house hold off. In other words, it's such a major purchase that if they have doubts about whether Washington's going to have its act together, they just pull out?
Yes, and that's consumer confidence. So a lot of people that maybe were ready to buy a home are now taking a step back and saying, well, wait, let's hold off to see what's happening with this government of ours. And I'm seeing that as well. So I think the bigger question here is not so much the government agencies. Let's remember that the government doesn't approve loans, they insure them. And so a lot of the big mortgage firms are going to continue to run. But one other component, by the way, is the IRS. The IRS is the agency that confirms to these mortgage firms that this income that the borrowers are claiming is in fact true, and that agency is shut down. So that's another delay that's going to occur. But I think, again, the bigger question here is consumer confidence.
All right, Katrina, thank you very, very much. You're looking at the seat of the House.
You.
We are expected to hear from Speaker John Boehner.